Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 1. So each week I will record a short video that just kind of goes over the module for that week and kind of the assignments and what to expect. A lot of times I'll provide tips for completing the assignments, some things that you may not have considered when looking at just the assignment description. Sometimes I end up answering questions that students have. And so once they've watched the video, then they don't feel like they have to email me or something like that. So these videos are really important. It does take me a little while to complete them. So if you're watching this, I really appreciate that. And I hope you continue to do so throughout the semester so you can be successful in this class. So this class is creative writing, and creative writing is a much different class from other types of classes that you may have taken. Creative writing is obviously not one of our core classes that is required for graduation. So it's more of a fun class that a lot of students take, and it's because they're actually interested in learning more about writing creatively. And so this is one of my favorite classes to teach because students who are taking it generally tend to be in here because they really are interested in the material. So it is a writing class, but we are focusing on different styles of writing creatively rather than writing for academic purposes. So you can see that obviously I've got some introductory stuff here. The first thing I want you to do is to go through the syllabus. This syllabus, we use this simple syllabus program which tracks what students look at. And so if you don't look at the entire syllabus, it will flag you as having not viewed it. So it's really important that you actually go through the whole thing. We have two textbooks. Both of them are open educational resources, so they are not paid for. They're just open and out there for us to use. And so you'll see both of these, and I have links for them in the module. This class is a KRSN class, which means that it does transfer everywhere in the state of Kansas that offers creative writing. It's the same type of class. This is the introductory level class. So if you really enjoy this, Allen doesn't have anything after this for creative writing, but there are plenty of universities that do. And so you can always look into it further. Typically after the introductory class, you will pick a specialty, either poetry or fiction writing, and kind of move forward with the path that way. I did fiction at Emporia State, so that's why I enjoy teaching this class. So the class is pretty basic. If you've taken one of my classes before, you'll know that that I provide a lot of like additional resources in the modules. I try to explain everything pretty thoroughly, and you can always ask me questions if you need to, but you can read through a lot of this on your own. The grading scale in particular is important. You may not be the best writer coming into this class, and you may not be the best writer coming out of this class, but if you do all of the work and you put the effort in, you can get an A pretty easily. So I think a lot of students enjoy this class because there's less pressure. It's a fairly low pressure class, and will take you a little while, but hopefully you'll enjoy the assignments and be able to actually get them written and submitted and get everything done, and actually look forward to it. So late work policy, this will be different from your other classes. This policy is pretty straightforward. Everything is open for 1 week after the due date for late submissions. Once that week is up, the assignment closes, it locks. And if you want to turn in something after that point, you have to email me. If I have to unlock an assignment, then you automatically get half credit for it. So this kind of goes across the board with whether it's a test or a written assignment. It doesn't matter. You have 1 week to turn it in late, and then after that point, it's half credit. And then all assignments are due. Our last day of class will be Wednesday, May 14th. And then just a couple other things here. I try to open modules up, a little early before the next module ends. And so you have some, a few extra days. So you have about a week and a half-ish to finish each module, plus that extra week past if you don't meet the due date. So that just gives you plenty of time to do it. However, if you need something open early, I need to know ahead of a time. So whether that's vacation that you're taking or something else going on in your life, like I had a student, I've had students who were, pregnant, they're expecting, or planning a surgery or something like that. So that kind of thing, if you tell me ahead of time, I can open it early for you. But otherwise, we're working with the class throughout the semester. And then the other thing that I put in here that's fairly new is consequences for academic dishonesty. And in this class, plagiarism and AI generated text is considered plagiarism. So you can, once you're done looking through that, you scroll all the way down to the bottom and you'll see this little acknowledge button that will tell me that you've read the whole thing. So this first module is really just introductory stuff. It's not getting into too much of the class. You do have to go through the academic honesty module in order to open the first module. So you want to make sure that you're clicking on each one. The main thing that I want students to remember is that use of AI is considered plagiarism, and it can also catch plagiarism. It also can be considered plagiarism if you use programs like Grammarly too much. Any program that does some kind of proofreading of your writing is fine, but if you accept every single suggestion that they make, it will start to make your writing sound like it's been generated by a computer, because it has. Those types of programs run on AI. And so it's really, I caution you, especially in a class like this where you need to have your own voice and your own tone to your writing. You want to make sure that you are not using those types of programs to change everything in your paper. If you're just, correcting the commas or whatever, that's fine. But once you start to really get into restructuring sentences, that's a huge issue. So after you've clicked all the way through, and there is some more information about Turnitin, which is that plagiarism service if you have questions. You have to, this last page tells me that you understand what's going on and you want to mark it as read. And then once you've done that, you will have the first module will be open. First module is fairly simple. We have some readings. The readings are just kind of in general information about creative writing, the writing process, and some more about imagery and showing versus telling, and some videos that I think are just interesting and helpful for students right at this stage. And then you're going to send me an email to just introduce yourself to me, and then you are going to introduce yourself to the class on the discussion board, and then, which some of you have already done, and then the last assignment here will be just starting into thinking about your writing preferences. So the writing preferences assignment is just kind of a page of your thoughts. It's more of a personal response thing rather than like a bulleted list answer. I'm just looking for almost like a journal entry type, paragraphs, that kind of thing. And you don't need to format it like an essay. It's not really an essay. And I'm not going to grade it like an essay. So I'm not looking at your grammar or anything. I just want to see, where do you like to write? Where do you like to write? Do you have a specific space that you write in? Do you have a specific method that you go about? Or maybe you don't have any of this and you're really just kind of new to writing, or it's been a long time since you've written or something like that. And so just kind of reflect a little on what your writing practices are. And so then that's kind of your first assignment that has something to do with the class. So that's the first module. It should be fairly simple for you to get into and get done. Our two textbooks, if you haven't taken a look at them, they're free and they're open. So once you can actually save the PDF files if you want to. One of them is called Experiences, Not Explanations, which actually has some of the chapters are from the other one. This is kind of our primary book, which is Introduction to Creative Writing. And then this one is one of those, since it's online, you can navigate through with the table of contents, which is really nice, and it gives you the different lessons in the different areas, and kind of you can skip to, if you, I didn't read this one, you can skip to that particular page, so that's nice. And we'll be reading most of both of these books throughout the semester, so if you are really interested and want to get started, that's perfectly fine. So that's the first module. If you have any questions at all, make sure you send me an email. My cell phone number is on the first page, that home page. You're welcome to text me. If you call me, I will not answer because I assume you're trying to sell me something. And so hopefully you'll have a great week, and I look forward to meeting you and reading your writing.